everyone, it's Niesha Davis here, LCSW, and this is Motivational Masterpiece, where you are on a journey to becoming the master of your own peace of mind. I am a therapist. However, remember, this is not a substitute for therapy. If you are in need of a therapist, I encourage you to reach out and get some help, as there are so many platforms available for you to find a therapist that is the best fit for you. If this is your first time joining me on Motivational Masterpiece, I want to welcome you to this YouTube channel. I encourage you to like this video, share it with a friend, subscribe to this channel, as you will not be disappointed. And if you are joining me once again, I want to welcome you back. I know it's been a minute since I posted a video. However, like I've told you guys before, life happens sometimes, and there are things that happen beyond my control. I've been going through a lot of grief and loss lately. However, I am still here shining and still here to encourage you. I am just here today because I really want to have a conversation with you all about refueling your spiritual being, your emotional being, and your mental being. Oftentimes we give of ourselves so much on a day-to-day basis. I just mentioned to you that I recently have been experiencing loss in my family, and some of the loss that has happened has been tragic loss within my family that has been really emotional and that has been really tough on my family because it's been really close to home. And one of the things that I will say is that if you are the person that is considered to be a strong person in your family or in your circle, you know how often people lean to you for strength and for motivation. And sometimes when you are that person, you are giving of yourselves so much, right? As a therapist, it is my job to help people navigate through the challenges in life, to talk to them about things that they are experiencing emotionally. As many of you know, I am a trauma therapist, and talking to people who have experienced trauma, I am really doing work in the therapy room to address the emotional distress that a person experiences as a result of a traumatic event. So with that being said, it doesn't just take a lot from the person that has experienced it, but it also takes a lot from people that you are talking to and that you are confiding in. So I really just want to encourage you today to make sure that you take time and you make the space and provide opportunities for you to refuel yourself. Whatever that looks like for you, I want to make sure and encourage you to refuel your spirituality, refuel your emotional being, and refuel your mental being. Because again, once you pour out and you are empty, you have to refuel back up to have something to be able to pour out. So I just wanted to get on today to share some strategies and some tools with you to help you, right? Whether you are in a space of you are going to therapy, or you are thinking about or contemplating going to therapy, or whether you're in a space where you feel like you're not quite there are still things that you can do to work on you and to work on your emotional and mental well-being. One, you tuned into this YouTube channel. This is also a strategy and a tool for you to use to help you as you continue to navigate through life. Again, as I'm having these conversations with you, I'm offering you tools and strategies that can be useful and helpful as you deal through difficult things that you are experiencing, as well as I'm offering motivation and encouragement to help you in your day-to-day activities that you experience every day. So one of the tools that I want to share with you is that I really enjoy on the weekends when I can get up in the morning when all of my kids are asleep and it's quiet in my home, and I can really allow myself to be in a space to take time to refuel myself. And what that looks like for me sometimes, it could be me praying, me in my closet, in my prayer closet, having a conversation with God and talking to him about my life, or either just being in a space of gratitude and gratefulness for just him being the person that he is and allowing me to be the person that I am and blessing me with the things that I have and blessing me with my family. It could be me reading my Bible in the morning, just taking the time to increase my spiritual knowledge and my spiritual well-being, and learn how to grow in the Word of God and use those tools and those things that are in there for us to live day to day, right? Those principles that are in there, those strategies that are in there to help us through the Bible. Another thing that I like to do is that I often like to tune into live podcasts, or I like to tune into live sessions on Instagram. And today I really had an opportunity to listen to a live on Instagram this morning with Dr. Anita Phillips and Pastor Sara Jakes Roberts. And it was such a blessing to my soul just to be able to hear the conversation that they had and to take the nuggets from there that were applicable to me and to use those and apply those things to my life, as well as to understand and know that these are tools and strategies, and this is information that I need to continue to increase my knowledge and expand my wisdom. So I am a type of person that I always like to be in a space where I can learn. I feel like I learn something new every day. And when I can maximize those opportunities to increase my learning capacity and to increase my professional toolbox and also increase my emotional well-being toolbox, I find that such a blessing just to hear candid conversations that people can have and can be transparent, and to see how God blesses others, knowing that He can do the same thing for me, right? His blessings don't stop with one person, but they continue to go on to everyone because they're there for us to receive if we really want them. So I want to take some time to share with you some of the podcasts that I like to listen to. And remember that when you find a platform where you can find a podcast that interests you, there are so many podcasts out there with so many different topics. One podcast that I may like, you may not like, but I guarantee you there is something out there that you will find that can be motivational for you, or that can be interesting to you, that you could use as a means of self-care. So some of the podcasts that I like to listen to is, of course, I like to listen to Dr. Anita Phillips with In the Light podcast. She has so much educational material in her podcast where she talks about faith and spirituality and just talking about mental health and increasing your knowledge and understanding about mental health. She has different guests that come onto her podcast and that talk to you about their profession, about books that they've written. And I think that's so amazing, right? Also, Woman Evolve podcast with Pastor Sara Jakes Roberts. That is also another helpful podcast that you can listen to because she has conversations and she shares things that are promoting sisterhood. I listened to her latest podcast about a conversation that she had with her sister, and that was so amazing just to see their transparency and to see that healing that has taken place. Saving Our Sisters podcast with Lady Vicki Kemp. That is a great podcast that she also promotes sisterhood and has candid, transparent conversations to build up women and to build up womanhood. And that is so amazing, right? The Called by Pastor Tou're Roberts. That is another podcast that you can tune in and that you can listen to, right? Authentic Talk podcast with Sheryl Brown and Pamela Shakir, who are both licensed therapists. They have live podcasts that go on right on Instagram. You can follow them and watch their live podcasts as they talk about relationships, they talk about friendships, and they talk about different topics in regards to mental health and your overall well-being. These are things that you can tune into, right? You can read books. I love reading books because, again, it expands my knowledge. And if you are the type of person that you can't sit down and actually read a book, you can listen to a book, right? There's audiobooks out there. Just make sure that you are doing your part. And that part is allowing yourself the space and the time to refuel yourself. Refuel your spirituality, refuel your emotional well-being, refuel your mental well-being, because it is so important for us to refill up, right? It's just like when we go to the gas station. I mean, I probably have said this before, but I'm going to say it again because this is how important it is. It's just like when we go to the gas station. We can't continue to drive our car if we don't have gas. We can't continue to drive our electric cars if we don't plug into a source to recharge ourselves. We have to recharge. We have to refuel because we need this every day. Not just being a therapist, but just being a human being, right? We all work in different capacities. We all do different things. And whatever capacity we work in, whatever capacity we serve in, we have to recharge and we have to refuel because it is so important. Just in life in general, life can be so challenging and life can be so hard. Just dealing with the day-to-day things, being a mother, being a father. just being a person, it's hard to deal with some of the things that we experience in life. So in order for us to keep going and to stay motivated and to keep moving and to keep pressing, we have to refuel and we have to recharge, because we cannot get anywhere on empty. We cannot be amazing people if we don't take the opportunity to take care of ourselves. Again, self-evaluate yourself. Do some self-assessment. See where you are. Know your mental capacity. Know your emotional capacity. Know your spiritual capacity. And know when it's time for you to check yourself before you wreck yourself, and refuel and recharge. Again, Niesha Davis here, Motivational Masterpiece. I hope I said something today that can encourage you and motivate you to take care of you, because you matter and you are important. Until next time, I'll see you soon.